Have you all ever heard me say I share my crazy so you don't have to share yours? I'm about to share something that's a little bit private, a little bit vulnerable, but I am going toward a point, so flow with me. So one day I wish I could say it was years and years ago, but it wasn't. It was a couple of years ago. I was in my feelings, right? I had decided that my friends weren't there for me in a particular situation, right? Now I have different groups of friends, and so there's no telling what group of friend I'm talking about. But I was in my feelings, and I had just decided, I was telling myself a story clearly, and again I was clearly in my feelings, and I had decided that this group of friends, that they weren't there for me in a situation that I was dealing with. Now, once I started getting in my feelings, the spiral started. And the truth is, once a spiral starts, it's very difficult to stop the spiral. That's why I counsel my clients to get ahead of the spiral, or once you start to sense the spiral, whatever it is, start to redirect your thoughts. Because once you allow that thought to play out and you nurture the thought and you sit with the thought, you give the thought a seat, you serve the thought cookies and tea, the thought just gets stronger and stronger, and it's very hard to redirect it. So that's aha number one. Learn to redirect your thoughts, or to at least challenge your thoughts. One of my girlfriends has told me, Robin, give me 6 minutes to just be in my feelings, because she knows I often jump in because I understand the danger of just letting that thought perpetuate. So, like I said, I was letting myself go down a spiral, because if I'd been fair, if I had stopped the spiral before it started to happen, I could see that that thought wasn't based, or may not have been based on fact. I could have examined all the ways this particular friend group had been there for me. And so if something was different in this situation, I could assess, wait, maybe there is something going on here. But I didn't do that. I let myself spiral. Well, because I have created a system in my life where I genuinely seek feedback from people I trust, I said something to one of my girlfriends. Yep, I said something to her. Now, it took courage for me to say something to her, because here comes my husband, so we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Okay, I'm back. So, where was I? Oh, it took courage for me to say something to this particular friend, and not courage because of her necessarily, but I am very careful when approaching tough conversations, because it's vulnerable, right? And I want to make sure I'm in the space to be able to hear feedback. Okay, so I said something to this particular friend. Now, you see how calmly I'm speaking. I was emotional. I was like, ain't nobody, just child. But my friend said this to me. She said, Robin, you are complicated. You are complicated, and it is not necessarily easy to know how to be there for you. That's what sis said. She went on to explain, and she said, Robin, you're extremely open and honest about what you feel, but at the same time, you're very private. You are very transparent, but you also are like, She said, so I'll speak for myself. She said, I sometimes don't know how to flow. She said, you talk openly about the fact that you like time by yourself, and you like to process first by yourself. And she was like, I don't know if she said, basically it's just complicated. She said, and so people in your life may not know that you even need them. She also said, you got 1,000 friends. She said, so people in your life don't know. They don't know if other folks are showing up for you. She was like, so they don't know exactly, they may not know exactly what you need, or if you need them. She goes on. She read me. She turned the pages and read me for filth. She went on to say, she said, we have built a relationship where I feel comfortable saying to you You're going to have to tell me if you need me. And that pause, that made me think of another friend who's told me several times, multiple times, when she's asking how she can help me. And by the time I go through 100 disclaimers, she'll say, Robin, I'm not going to beg you and I'm not going to fight you to help you. And that always brings me back. It just always centers me. And so it reminded me of that other friend saying that to me. So anyway, she says, we've built a relationship where I can push past that. She said, and I feel comfortable pushing past that. She said, but that's just the relationship we've built. Everybody may not feel like that, or they may not feel like they should have to do that. Why am I sharing this with you? And girl, I need you to DM me to let me know if this helped you, because I'm putting myself out there, okay? Why am I sharing this? I am shocked. No, I'm not. I am often disheartened. I'm not shocked at how hard it is for us to see ourselves, to see how we are showing up, to see how we are landing with others, to see what other people are experiencing from us. It is so easy for us to say what others aren't doing or what we need other people to do without considering there is a way that you show up. Listen, my girlfriend ain't lying. I'm complicated. Listen, and it's nobody's responsibility to decipher that complication but that man who just interrupted me a few minutes ago. I'm complicated, and I know that can be challenging. So it's not that my friends don't love me. They just be confused. Now, at the same time, while I am complicated, I am a dope friend. You want me in your life, honey. I tell my friends all the time, you're welcome. I wish I was joking. But I tell my friends all the time, you're welcome. Listen, I would want to be my friend, because being friends with me means that you're going to have somebody who's in your corner. I'm going to be your number one cheerleader. I am going to pray for you and intercede for you. If you have an idea, baby, I'm going to be with my pom-poms cheering for you. I'm probably going to buy your domain for you because you're taking too long to buy the domain and somebody's going to snatch it up. I am going to be there for you. I am that girl. And I am an amazing woman, and I'm a dope friend. But do you see how we can have good and areas of growth? I can see my good, and I can also see my areas of growth. And you want to know something else? I can see the great things about me, but there are great things about me that I don't even see. I can see the areas of growth I have, but then there are still areas of growth that I still don't see. There are experiences that people can have with me that I don't even realize it. That's not the point. The point is to be open to self-reflection and to not live in such a world of victimhood and everybody's out to get me and nobody is there for me and nobody understands me and I'm always so misunderstood. You may be misunderstood, but there's a reason you're misunderstood. You may be misunderstood because you're confusing. And understanding that people have to have grace with you. So baby, you need you need to give people grace. I don't know what area in your life that you may find yourself being frustrated in a relationship. I don't know if it's romantic. I don't know if it's, because I hear this all the time, Robin, I ain't got no girlfriends. I don't know if it's in your friend group or looking for friends. I don't know if it's challenges in your work relationships. I don't know if it's challenges with your family, maybe with your adult children, maybe with your family. But I just want you to consider that there is a way that you are showing up. You know your intentions, but you don't know how others are experiencing you. This is not about faults or blame. This is just about self-evaluation, giving people permission, somebody you trust permission to help you see what you don't see. Sis, we all got a blind spot. Give people permission to help you see yours. That's it. That was my story time.